Further along, up to where the first lot of grey rocks are there, is where it starts to get a bit more better on the ground. Although it's pretty much more like mixed ground. Which is why I'm heading towards the first lot of grey rocks. Because if I cast to the left, I'm into the rougher ground. Cast slightly to the right, I'm into the more smoother ground. But this is definitely nice surf to see. Being that we've got an overcast sky, that's even better. And the water's not too clear. Today is the 11th of April 2026 and I'm down at my local spot, which is often called the old Stamco, because an old Stamco used to be here. And if you look just behind me here, you can see here what we've got is the first lot of grey rocks. And the first lot of grey rocks is a landmark that I often use between where I'm fishing. And of course we've got the second, third and fourth going along that way. So, we are on what you call a neap tide. What that basically means is that there's neither a very low or a very high tide. The high and the low tides are actually very close between them. For this reason, what ends up happening is we end up having less of a surf normally, we have less current, and it certainly won't flood in very fast either. And often this is the case where I would normally not fish a neap tide because it's not very strong, but today I've got the lug, they're going to get old and I really need to use them up. So I'm going to tackle this more strategically as to what I'm going to aim for today. Now, there is a little bit of surf there, which is really, really good, and there's an overcast, which is also really good. If it was really bright and sunny and it was clear water, you can say forget about any bass because they're predatory fish, and then what they will do is they'll go into deeper waters or hide behind structures and rocks. So I might be within a chance. I'm going to read the waters, see where the cuts are, see where the sandbanks are, and we're going to aim to fish right in between the cut at the edge of the sandbar. That's what we're aiming for. Today, I'm going to be using a combination of fresh lug, well, a couple of days old anyway, squid, bluey, and I've got sand eel. So I've got a nice selection of baits here, which is really good. I'm going to be using the pulley panel. It's most suited to this particular ground because we've got a mixture of rough ground there. And there's a bit of mixed and clean ground. These have got 3/0 hooks on them. So the top snood is 17-inch, the bottom snood is 16-inch, because there's a bit turbulent out there, so keep the snoods shorter. And we've got 3/0 hooks on both snoods. So that's all good, and we will go with that, and a pulley rig. Got the bait elastic ready, got a rag ready, got my thummy ready, and my rods are ready to get their rigs on. So there's my lugworm, got some blueies. Go. Get a nice bluey there. I ain't got a lot of squid today, unfortunately, but I've got some. Should get 2 baits out of that. Cut them, and then turn them inside out. We've got a whole squid. We've got a while yet until the tide actually turns. say a while, probably about half an hour. And we put it on a pulley for this. This particular pulley has got 6/0 hooks on them. So we'll be going for the big fish today on this particular one. I shall put this one on a Century Tip Tornado Supermatch graphics. This rig has also got the Darwin 7HT Mag ST. What we're aiming for with this rig is Thornback Ray. That's what we're targeting. Go. And today I'm using an imp. Fairbanks lead, I believe that is. These are small, I've labelled them small, and then T for tiny. Small. And then one at the bottom here are the larger ones, which is what I'm after. These lug are pretty fair, to be quite honest with you. They're not bad at all. This Portsmouth rig I'll be putting to the right because I know it's very clean there. And the pulley I can put more to the left or straight in front of me because it's a bit more mixed ground there. The pulley panel will then do its job if it gets into a good fish. It should pull up the weight off the ground, allow me to reel it in. At least that's the idea. These lug actually ain't that bad. They're actually not massive, but they're thick-skinned. That's the main thing. They don't wash out so easy. Easier to hold on there. Better bait presentation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the first rod out. Just slightly over to my left. Wind caught that pendulum there. Didn't get a massive swing, but I got far enough out. Already. Next one, I'm going to put up much further up there. That's better. I'll bind up a little sausage just to make it easier to put on. Not in any rush to put my baits out just yet. But as I said, we're on a neap, so even though we're into the neap, what we have got in our favour is we've got a southwesterly wind, we've got a bit of surf, we've got clouds, so we've got a cover over, and the water's a little bit murky, so we're in for a chance of a bass here. For that reason, this rig I'm going to try to find a cut. I'm going to go up to the right hand side of me, try and find a cut and go just in between it, not over it. Bang on. Right to the right side of the cut. You can see how far I've got it out there, quite a way. There's a lot of dog owners today. I seem to be a magnet. They gravitate around me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 6 today. But at least they're not yapping and weeing on my gear and trying to nick my bait, so that's good. I'm going to put a 2-hook click down rig out there. This is kind of pretty much going to guarantee at least a catch, because we're going with smaller hooks, and this is a 2-hook clip down 36-inch snood, Aberdeen, size 4, so very small hooks, and the snoods are only 12-inch, 25 pounder amnesia, so that's all good. It's 12:33. We're right bang on the low tide now. Yeah, so 2:39 the low tide. It's 2.76 metres, so it's not very low at all. I normally fish a 0.5 or 1 metre, and then we'd be fishing 2 hours up. So yeah, the low is not low. We are in the neck of the neap, but the surf's not bad. Not bad at all. Hopefully we'll see that right rod go down. We are right into a cut on the right hand side of it. Hopefully through May and June and through those months I'm going to get some more sessions in. Although it's more active at night time, it's harder to film it in a way. This way it's really, really clear of what my session's looking like. Although I've adapted quite a bit with the lighting that I've got. So it is better, definitely better. If you look at my last video. I'm still yet to get myself a little waterproof little clock that I can clip onto my rod stand. Not had no luck with the one that I got from, I think I got it from, I think it was eBay actually, but they got the same ones on Temu. They all come from the same place. This Portsmouth rig is 18-inch snood, 2.0 and a 1.0 hook. Just so for clarity, we've got our small rig here, which has only got the size 4 hooks on, 2-hook clip down. That's got our red lead on there. Then we've got our second Portsmouth rig, and that's got the green lead on there. It's a 6 ounce. And we got a 2.0 and a 1.0 hook on there with 18-inch snoods. And I caught my finger. They're then both ready to cast straight out when I get those ones in. I'm going to get that left rod in and put it a little bit more ahead of me. It's gone right back down tight again. Didn't take long, did it? Let's get that right rod in. Oh, winds are getting up a bit. God, that went a long way. That went a long way. And so did my hat nearly as well. Damn. That's windy. You have to get a really strong in swing when it's like that. Crazy. All right, let's loosen off that drag. Look, my rod stand's gone over. Oh no. Check my reel. Time to turn that rod stand around. That wind's really got up suddenly. That big gust of wind as I was casting out took my rod stand over. Let's get that one up and lugged up. Now that wind is really starting to pick up now. I want to cast into that cut over there. Oh, that wind is getting up. Really, really getting up, that wind. So we've now casted up tide into the southwesterly wind. They've both anchored nicely now, thanks to the big bow of the line, and then it catches in, turns the lead around the correct way. So really, it's only just started to turn. The tide is only going to start coming in now. I go for a bluey and a squid head. So it's 1:15 right now. We should be into the flood. We're staying here until around about, what, 2:30? No, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. But about 2:30 to 3 o'clock. And then we're off. So the wind's kept up. Starting to flood in a little bit more now. So you can see just how far that is out there. Whoa, that wind's getting up. Whoa. That wind's crazy. Let's get this next squid out, shall we, and bluey? That's really blowing some, that is. Stay there for a second. Portsmouth rig. Let's see if we can get this one a little bit better, shall we? That's much better. Looking up into the sky makes all the difference. So that was Portsmouth rig with the 2010, just like on. Up to the right, and the left rod, the Ziplex, has got the bluey and squid head on there. 6.0 hooks on our pulley panel. And we'll rebait these two rigs up again. The next cast, going to put him really close. So lug again, but about 40 yards out this time. Going to make that scent a little bit more stronger for the next cast. Scent needs to be stronger, so this is the best way to achieve that. Make a nice sausage lug up. There we go. Actually, I'll put a couple of sand eel on the top there. So I've not used that today. So I'm going to chuck a bunch of sand eel on there. I'll bind them up first. I will nip off the heads in a minute to release the scent. There you go. That hook, don't ask me. Don't ask me. Should have changed that hook. That was a dogfish that done that. But I will suffice with just bending that back a little bit. Now we're going to put this rig out. If this doesn't catch anything, I don't know what will, because this is just like super scent. I'm going to put it out around about 60 yard dish, 50 yards. Up the tide. If they don't catch anything, I don't know what will. Nothing's touching the squid or the bluey. Absolutely nothing. What can you do when the fish ain't taking the bait? Just keep on trying, I guess. At the moment, you know, we're trying close in, and I mean like 30, 40 yards in. We're trying them right out as far as I can get it. Squid with bluey, lugworm, tipped with squid, size 6 hooks, for obviously for the squid and bluey. Then we're going size 2 hooks and down to size 1.0 hooks. Not size 2, but 2.0. And 3.0 hooks. So we're doing everything we can. We're trying all the combinations that we can. I've put that right one at a distance again. Come on, fishy, fishy. Just one. Just want one fish, that's all. Save the blank. Right, let's get that right rod in. See? Weather. There's anything on it? Left rod, I mean. We know there's nothing far out. Or maybe there's something a little bit closer in. You've got to fish all of their possibilities. And again, nothing on there. Portsmouth rig. Good quality bait. Just nothing on there. Should catch, really. It should catch something. First mag's on 4.5. Will we get that one fish, that one elusive fish? I know one thing for sure. I'm actually enjoying this session. Sand eel, big sausage lug. What more can they ask for? 4 sand eel, 4 nice juicy lug. Separate snods. We've got a bit of something going on with that left rod there. Or is it like a mirage? When you're stuck in the desert and you swear you start to see water when there's nothing there. For my last cast, I'm going to put out all of these lug at once on the pulley panel. Nice and close in there. Just thumbed the reel a little bit as it went out. I'll put it on the lower stand. Those 2.0 hooks, very sharp. No small fish out there. So we didn't get nothing on this rig today, unfortunately. But normally, we did get quite a good session on those little rigs, little hooks. It's pulley. There we go. So I'm going to call it a day now. It's coming up to 3 o'clock now, and I've caught nothing. So unfortunately, it is a blank today. I've tried everything from casting close in, far out. I've used big baits like bluey and squid on size 6/0 hooks on a pulley panel. I've used small hooks, size 4 on a flatty kind of scratching rig, 2-hook clip down. Nothing on that with lug. I've tried lug with sausaging lug up and sand eel as well. So I've tried all different cocktails and different rigs, and unfortunately the session today is a blank. Quite high winds today, south-westerly winds. I enjoyed the session nevertheless. It was nice to get out, but the winds are a little bit on the heavy side. But it's not cold, it's just a little bit on the windy side. Anyway, thanks for watching. Join me next time, and hopefully we will be in for a catch. I'm pretty sure we will be, because as usual I normally catch the best on the strong spring tides.
So yeah, looks the part today, good surf, nice colour, but it just isn't producing. Like I said at the start, I don't normally fish neap tides, and today's a perfect example why. There's just not enough movement in the water to get the fish feeding properly. Everything was there on the surface, but nothing happening underneath. That's the key. Still, that's fishing, and days like this are a good reminder that the tide matters more than anything. I fished this mark for years and had some of my best sessions here, including personal best bass, so I know exactly what it's capable when the conditions all line up.